you know, 2 years old, almost, well, almost two. So I haven't necessarily had to deal with that from a son. But I would say this: I remember when my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was playing basketball at a park, right? So, Jamel, I played in high school. I played a little bit in college as well. And I was showing her how to shoot around. I said, "Hey, baby, like, shoot like this, or look at your form. Keep your follow through up. Things like that." And she was like, "Daddy, I'm just trying to do my thing." I said, "What?" I said, I said, "Okay, my bad." And I learned, kind of quick, like, hey, just let her, do her thing, not be, too aggressive. But having a son is different. I've always wanted a son. I wanted to be married first, but things work out like they worked out. Uh, but I could see myself being like that dad, like, come on, son, let's get up, let's go play, let's work on your left hand, let's go work on your right hand. And but I have to keep conditioning myself to not be that dad. Like even before he even starts to play a sport, I'm telling myself, you know what? He doesn't even have to play basketball if he doesn't want to. Whatever he wants to do, uh, let him do it. And I'll just be a help, to him in whatever that is. So but I definitely, feel it because you want your kids to be better than you were. You want them to advance more than you did, and not just in sports, but in life, period. And so you want to give them the game that you didn't have at the time, so they can exceed far and past and beyond that you ever did. So he brings a valid point, and I know you two have older sons, so I'll let you jump in, Al, first, and then Jamel after.
I always look at this as it's two sides to every coin when it comes to your kids playing sports, and especially from a father's point of view. One, you don't want to be that father of the kid that's terrible out there on the court, the field, the baseball diamond, for everybody to look at you a certain way.
That's a
and
fact.
and that's why a lot of fathers, go hard on their kids as far as being aggressive, yelling, and that takes the fun out of sport for the child. That's one way. And then two is just it depends on, to me, how you were raised, where you played, and how you see sports. Is it something you're looking at for your kid to try to go professional and change your lifestyle with it? Because that depends on how much you're going to put into it. Or if it's just recreational, that's where, the have fun, enjoy the game comes from. Because I'm not looking at you to live your life through sports, right? And most parents is like, hey, I didn't get to do it, now my child is going to do it. I'm not that way with my sons. Both of my sons play sports. I have a older son who played basketball, who played football, who played lacrosse as a black male, right? And my son now plays baseball, basketball, and volleyball. Uh, am I tough on him? I always look at it as, if you're gonna play a sport, give it your all. If you're gonna be lazy playing a sport, don't play it at all. Because I'm not gonna waste my time as a parent supporting you financially in a sport, showing up to a sport, volunteering time to a sport. Because in high school, they want parents to volunteer time and income. So if you're going to waste time, it's not no use for me doing that, because I'm wasting my time and finances. But it's just one of those things. It's like the aggression, you have to play like this. That went out the window because I realized my son isn't me. He isn't the way that I played sports in high school, the way I played sports recreational, and he's not a urban ghetto kid like I was. Totally different aspects, and totally different ways that you can actually approach a child now. So I mean, that's kind of like my part on it is I just let them have fun, and I'm just there to support all the kids, not just my own. And I kind of tell him what he did wrong and what he did right and what he can improve on, and just let him take it from there.
Cause though,
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I had most of my children played sports. I think the only one that hasn't played sports yet is Jamia. Yeah, so I have a total of 6 children. So my oldest son, he played football, and he played little league, Pop Warner. Then he went high school and played a little bit of college, and then my oldest daughter played soccer all the way from 5 all the way to high school. She didn't play in college. My other daughter, she played basketball. She played lacrosse. And that was it. And then my other daughter, she played volleyball, and that was it. I think she's going to run track this year for her senior year in high school. And then my youngest son, a 6-year-old, he played basketball. We just played soccer, which I was like a assistant coach. That was different. And then he wants to do karate next. So it's like, in all those instances, like they asked to play whatever they played. I didn't force anything. They all had natural born talent to do what they did, and it was as good as they was. So I don't, me personally, have the philosophy of me forcing or being hard on a child to play a sport. If you do that, that's fine. I'm not judging people that do that because they have a different perspective on how to look at it. But sports are supposed to be fun for children. And as you get older, you become more competitive. So you get more serious. But you're still supposed to be having fun when you play because you're better, because you're training and working harder. So, yeah, you can get out there and actually do some things that you want to do. So there's nothing wrong with wanting the best from your children because, as we said earlier, nobody wants to see their child out there looking terrible on the field, on the court, and you spending your time and your money, and they're not out there serious about it. As long as they're having fun, they're engaged in the game, and they're actually paying attention and being respectful, then yeah, by all means, have a great time. But I think we miss as parents sometimes because we see them online all the time. Those parents that get in the coach's face, get in the ref's ear, maybe want to fight the other coaches or fight the other parents because your kid hit my kid too hard or stuff like that. So it's just kind of like we all lose, the sportsmanship on what it's all supposed to be for. We're doing this so kids can have an experience and learn different levels of discipline within themselves, teamwork, those different aspects of it. So I think, moving forward, I always tell my children, like, if you want to work out, we'll work out because I'm going to work out regardless. So if you see me working out, you want to come along, we can do it. I'll scale back some things for you, but if you're coming along with me, we're gonna get some work done. I'm not gonna be forcing you. If I get up at 6 and you ain't up and you still sleep, then I'm gone. I'll see you when I get back. That's just what it comes down to. So I just think that, given my example as to how I take care of myself and my discipline, if I lead by example, most likely they will follow that example. Even my toughest one, my 14-year-old, she don't want to do nothing, but we took her to the gym for the first time because it's free for high school children to go to Planet Fitness for the summer. So we took her, and she was like, you know what, I want to go back to the gym. I had a good time. It was relaxing. So there you go. It's not something I forced her to. I provided it. She went out there and did what she needed to do, and she enjoyed it. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it should be. And, hopefully, moving forward, people will start to realize it's about the child. It's not about you. Yes, you want the best for the child, but how you're pushing the child may not be the best for them. So I'll yield the floor.
Man, hopefully I don't have to deal with, Ian being trash. Hey, come on, son. Oh man. All right, man.
I'm gonna definitely call him trash when I show up. He looking trash.
Hey, man, I ain't invite you.
Oh man.
I'm not even gonna invite you.
I was like, this is you invite me to? This is y'all been practicing doing?
Hey, man.
Tip off the old block. Like,
right,
nah.
exactly.
Nah.
He came and
Nah,
wow. Okay.
I was pretty good, man. My time. So hey, hey, I don't know what happened. You must have took after your mama.